Hi, Dr. Reagan Robertson, CCO of Productive Dentist Academy here, and I have a question for you. Are you finding it hard to get your team aligned to your vision, but you know you deserve growth, just like everybody else? That's why we've created the PDA Productivity Workshop. For nearly 20 years, PDA workshops have helped dentists just like you align their teams, get control of scheduling, and create productive practices that they love walking into every day. Just imagine how you will feel when you know your schedule is productive, your systems are humming, and your team is aligned to your vision. It's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. We can help. The demand for these workshops is so high that our March 2023 workshop is completely sold out. But there are still seats available for the only remaining workshop in September 2023. Visit productivedentist.com/workshop. That's productivedentist.com/workshop to secure your seats now.
Welcome to Investment Grade Practices Podcast, where we believe private practice dentists deserve to get the lifestyle today while building an asset for tomorrow. Join your host, Victoria Peterson, to design the practice of your dreams and secure your financial independence. Let's get started.
What a great conversation with Nick Partridge from Five Lakes. Couple of phrases that he had said that I just loved, and you heard me repeat them a lot. Having an insurance participation strategy, being agnostic about payer type, and knowing how insurance plays a part of your marketing. Those were three really big takeaways for me and my time with Nick this week. So when we think about building an investment grade practice, and I'll keep harping on this, and someday I'll get my book out and you'll see it in writing. There are 4 quadrants to this equation. Number 1, the quality of revenue, the quality of earnings. That's our business value sector. And insurance certainly is a mix in that. The other is our quality of systems and process. That's operationally what we think about in practice management. So how we're coding, when we're billing, how we're handling rejections, how we're auditing our systems, what we're looking at, quite honestly, for embezzlement and other things like that. The quality of our systems is important. The quality of our messaging that comes with marketing. Insurance has a role in that too. Where we sit in the community, where we sit in our attraction strategy and keeping our patient base growing. And then the quality of relationships. That's our culture index. That's the 4th box. And how we speak about insurances, how it motivates or demotivates our team. All of this comes into play. And I can see why insurance participation is such a hot topic in our industry. We get emotional about it. Now, when Nick and I were talking, it's pretty black and white. You know, you do a little research, you have a plan, you're agnostic, you move forward. But the reality is that, I don't know, it feels like our mouth and our wallet are somehow connected. And we work really hard to disengage that. But for patients, you know, what is the experience? And that's my takeaway. If we can put insurance in the appropriate house of, this was designed to do 2 things for you. Number 1, encourage you to come to the dentist. So thank you very much to your insurance benefits. You're here. Number 2, support your reimbursement. And that's the key to it right there. This may not cover, and it will not cover all your dental needs, depending on how much delayed care that you have. So let's use your insurance as a down payment towards getting you healthy. And I hope that all of you have those types of strategies. A couple of big red flags that came out of that conversation. I'm so glad that he let me just shoot some questions from the hip. If you are not filing your UCR and balancing your fee schedules every year or every 6 months and being fair across the board, you may be inadvertently breaking some insurance regulations. So work with your coaches on that. Make sure that you are consistent in your fee schedules and your reportings. Number 2, if you offer a courtesy, you must offer the courtesy to the insurance company. And I can hear the screams already. This isn't about what's fair. This is about compliance and risk management. So if you're in the game of accepting insurance as part of your payer mix, then play the game well, because playing it sloppy, being inconsistent, one, it could throw you in jail, but two, it's really going to decrease the value when you go to sell. And at the last 5 practices I evaluated, they had huge ARs. Their over 90 days was 1 to 2 times their current monthly production. With the thinking that that has value, accounts receivables has very little value. When you go to market, it's going to be your EBITDA and how clean and simple and easy are your systems. Having AR to clean up is not going to bring you anything more at time of sale. In fact, you probably won't collect it. So if you're sitting there and your AR is above 1.5 times or even 1 times your current production, start working on it and start automating it. If you're still licking envelopes and putting stamps, and yes, I've met people this week who are still doing that, update your systems, automate. Anywhere there is human interaction, there is chance to slow down the system and decrease its efficiency. By automating your revenue cycle management, by automating and looking for money leaks, by having a revenue cycle management system that has checks and balances for these money leaks, what that does is it frees up your mind and it frees up your heart to be with your patients, doing the thing that a computer can't do, which is love on the people that walk through your door. So as Zig Ziglar always said, people don't care what you know until they know how much you care. So having a well-managed participation strategy as part of your overall marketing plan. And I love taking a 5-year horizon. Will you be the same clinician 5 years from now? If not, if your clinical skills are upgrading, your service mix is upgrading, your fee schedule upgrades, the plans you're in today may not be the plans you need to be in 5 years. So thank you for joining us today. That was an incredible new look for me at how we can create a participation strategy. So thank you, Nick, for that viewpoint and helping all of us go from a short-term view of, I really hate this plan, I'm frustrated with the company, to how does it impact me as a business owner? And how does this play into my overall business plan of expansion and participation in my community? My top 3 takeaways are: number 1, right size your fee schedule. If it's been a while since you've looked at it and you're still in the 40th percentile for reimbursement, start there. A 10% increase could bring another $75,000 to $80,000 a year of personal wealth to you in your paycheck. So right size your fee schedule. Number 2, submit your fee schedule. Don't play games with this. Just submit it, be done with it, take the write-offs and understand what's happening. And then number 3, use some tools and dashboards that do help you track this. Our team does this quite well. Helps you track what your write-offs are and where the biggest offenders are so that you can start managing and planning your future. Until we meet again, I hope that you stay on your journey of building an investment-grade practice.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Investment Grade Practices Podcast. If you find value in this episode, help us spread the word by passing it along to a dental friend, subscribe, and give us a like on iTunes or Spotify. Learn more about building your investment grade practice at productivedentist.com today.